Hi, Bill. Hey, welcome to the Toolbox. Today, we're at Lakeland Water Conditioning and Purification Company here in Oxford. Now, there are situations in this area that require water purifiers, and they have a definite number of different choices to make. So let's go in and see what they have. Hi. Bill, this is Mark Knapp, and he's the service manager. And we want to get some information on these water purifiers.
Okay, what information would you like today?
Okay, where do we start? I have a question. I just moved in this area, and I'm going to build a new home. And it's outside of Oxford, though. It's not in the city. Is the water pretty well conditioned, or is this a consideration? I need to test the water.
This is definitely a consideration. You must test the water, because you're going to get a lot of facts and that are wrong. We want to know what your water is so we can put in what is needed.
Are there problem areas throughout the township, or is it just pockets, or what?
No, every house is individual. You could have your neighbor's well could be totally separate what your water is. So we have to test your water to know what is in that water.
Okay, then how do I know what type of a unit to get? I know there's many different types. There are infrared, and if you could explain some of these.
Well, there's a lot of hype out there and a lot of wannabes that want to get in the industry. I've been doing this for 43 years now, and what happens is we come out, we test your water, we test for hardness, calcium, and lime, and the amount of iron you have, and if you have hydrogen sulfide and manganese. Now, the arsenic tests and that, which would be done by the state. Once we got all those results, then we will guide you the right way with what you need. Ultraviolet's good. There's several different ways of addressing bacterial issues, but not for softening the water. We want to get the water clean and soft before we run the ultraviolets. So
you would go with a standard type softening system using salt?
Correct. There are several different systems out there that are advertising salt-free. They're not. They don't work. What happens is they wear out rapidly. You definitely need either a sodium chloride or a potassium chloride to regenerate a machine with in order to keep you in softened water.
Okay, you wouldn't use bromine, for example?
No. I shouldn't say we wouldn't. There are certain situations where that does come into play, but no, generally not.
Okay, it's obvious to me that you're an expert when it comes to this thing, and so I want to ask you, tell me a little about your business. How long has this business been here?
Well, Lakeland Soft Water's been in business now for over 50 years, so we're a well-established company. We have 3 outlets. This is a satellite. Our main store is down in Waterford Township, and we have one in White Lake. The owner who is standing back there, he's been doing this ever since he was a young man, and I've been doing this since I was a young man. He's been doing it like almost 60 years now. I've been doing it for 43 years, working for other companies, of course. Then he decided to open up Lakeland Soft Water, so we've been around for a long time and well known.
Gee, you look actually don't look that old
as you had envisioned.
Right, I would have figured 110.
No. I started doing this when I was 11 years old, and went up from there, lugging salt, and I was what they call a gopher. I would lug in the equipment, the tools, the supplies as we were doing the installations, and I worked my way up. You can't just start in this business and say, hey, I know water, here I'm going to be. No.
What do you think the biggest part of your business is? I know that you have a parts company. Do you service, let's get to parts. Do you provide parts for people that want to repair their own?
Oh, yes, we absolutely. If the homeowner themselves want to repair the parts, we will sell the parts to them. We tell them exactly how to change those parts and what they should look at. A lot of times the homeowners decide, I don't want to do it. It's too iffy. It's too shaky. Then we will go out for a small service fee and get it fixed.
Oh, that's great. That's interesting, Bill, that they service all brands?
All makes and all brands. Everything from the Sears all the way up to your top-of-the-line Culligans, Connecticos, we service them all. And if we can't fix it, we don't charge you for being there. Where other companies will charge you for that. We don't.
Well, there must be a reason that you've been here this long, so I'm assuming that you are doing a good job. And I happen to know first point that you are because my daughter used your company, and she's very happy, with the work that he did. Came in, analyzed the situation immediately, changed the parts. He had them available at that time, and he was out of there, I think, within 15, 20 minutes at max.
Well, when I first went there,
you were there more than once?
Oh, yes, I was there more than once. When I first went there, she had informed me that another company diagnosed and said there was sand, and I said there's no sand in this area. I knew that immediately. And I said, no, you got another issue going on. So I took her machine apart and found out that she had an excessive amount of calcium and lime buildup in the seals and spacers. Told her she had to replace these. We replaced them. I came back with the actual parts because that particular machine, I don't stock the parts on my van. We have them at our offices. So I came back.
So I fibbed, Bill.
Yeah, not so much fibbed. There are so many different makes and brands and models out there. We can't carry every part on our vehicle. So sometimes we do have to come back. But for the most time, no, we have them. But I came back, put it together, and she's like, are you sure that's what's wrong? And I said, I'll stake 43 years of reputation on this one. And she goes, I don't need to replace it. I don't need to do this. I said, no. And she said, well, the other company told me I did. We don't do that. If we tell you it has to be replaced, you can go to the bank. That has to be replaced. We will do our darndest to fix that machine for you while we're there.
Well, I can assure you that she's very happy with what you did.
Well, I'm glad. Well, I get a lot of happy customers, but as we all know, you can't make everybody happy, but I do my best, and I'm professional at it.
You know, that must go on, though, quite often. You know, when somebody gets a diagnosis and it's quite an expensive item that they need to repair or replace, that they automatically say, well, go ahead and repair it. Well, I think the smart person out there would make a second opinion, get a second opinion. Yep. In this case, it saved my daughter a great deal of money. Now, when I came here into your business, probably last week, there was another gentleman here who was at the counter talking to Jimmy, one of the owners, and he had a similar situation that he had diagnosed by another company a serious problem with his water softener, and you came out, and again, it was something minor, didn't cost a whole lot, and he just stopped in, just to say thank you very much. Most
of the time, that's one of the biggest misconceptions, is people are afraid to call for service because they think it's going to be a major expense. Most of the time, it's a simple cleaning or a simple adjustment to them, and we're done. There are certain instances where it can exceed the cost of the machine, and we'll tell them straightforward, this is what it needs. Would I put that into this? You got a 20-year-old machine? No. So we will inform them of that. We can't make everybody happy. They don't want to hear they got to replace it. They want to hear it was a $30 fix. We do a lot of that. So
now, if you sell a new unit, let's say, what kind of warranty comes with it?
Well, the average, everything comes with 1 year's free service. Everything we install comes with 1 year. After that, 5-year and 100% control valve, and 15 years on your tanks and your medias. So the average machine should last 15 years. Warranty it that way.
I see. Okay. Now, do you carry other accessories such as filters, that kind of thing?
Absolutely. Reverse osmosis drinking systems, pre-filters, which are sediment filters for rust and sand and debris that comes from your well, post-filters for taste and odor. We have Hazlight units that are designed for hydrogen sulfide, as I was telling you earlier about the smell in the water. We have iron filters. We have the water dispensers. We have it all. Anything that we don't have, we can get.
Well, you've heard it, Bill.
As far as it goes with the water. And yes, we have replaced well pumps, well tanks, a lot of other, and people just think we're just in the water industry for water softening. No, we'll do it all. We do water heaters. We do anything that's in the house we can do. Okay,
like water pump, you might, different horsepowers that you use?
Well, we just replaced one probably about 2 weeks ago, and it wasn't so much that it was a horsepower. The bearings had started to spin in the pump, and another company came in and told her it was $1,100 to do it. We did it for $300.
Now, do you do encasing pumps and valves or not?
Anything that's out in the ground, we do not do. We recommend you to well people we know and that are very reputable in the business. So
yeah, okay. Well, that makes sense to me. I've worked or been involved with both types, so I understand. A lot of digging sometimes involved.
A lot of hammering and pounding down. I've done it myself, and there's no way I'm going to do it again. They got the rigs. Let them do it.
And you know those rascals, they rust on there, and you can't get them off.
Absolutely, and then the pipe will snap on you. Now you got to dig a new well, and I don't want to get that.
Well, now if it snaps on you, whose responsibility would that be? Duh.
Yeah, well, not mine. That's why I'm not doing that. So.
Well, here we are. We're at Lakeland Water Conditioning and Purification, and you are?
I'm Mark Knapp. I'm the service manager. Have been for 25 plus years now.
So if there are any service questions, anything in terms of questions you might have concerning the product that they would have at Lakeland, stop in. They're great people, and they're here to help you.
Honest and integrity is what I push for with all my employees. And if you ever have a problem with them, call me directly, and I will handle it.
Bill, this is a Toolbox. Back to you.